What's up, guys? Seth here with Activated Performance and Perfect Storm Hardcore Gym, the strongest gym in Florida. It was an absolutely packed house here for another Sunday at the Storm. We had a new addition of Noah Norwood. Noah is driving out from Orlando, getting some help from MEANA and I going into his next meet. Here I am coaching him through some Cossack squats, trying to get him to have better control over his pelvis through the motion. That's going to have carryover to his squat and deadlift. As you guys can see, it really was packed in here. About half the crew is getting ready for the Hybrid Performance Showdown at the end of February, and the other half is getting ready for the Showdown at the Storm at the end of May. We got Emery Mullen here. Emery is taking a bit of a light week as he is 4 weeks out from the hybrid meet. Him and Tim both are taking it a bit light at 4 weeks out so they can push hard at 2 and 3 weeks out going into the meet. We got MEANA here. MEANA is taking her second last heavy squat, so she ends up going pretty big. This is, I think, about 325 for her first set in wraps, trying to make sure everything's dialed, everything's perfect, working on pushing into those wraps and getting better depth than she has in the previous weeks. We got Joao here. Joao being the only person in the gym who still chooses to walk out while using a monolift. I mean, we can judge him a little bit, but he ain't going to change. He's still going to do his USPA meets, so he can get away with it. Nice, easy squat for Joao. Here's Noah. Something that we worked on with Noah today on his sumo pulls was getting his hip position a little bit higher. He had the bad habit of squatting to the point of being almost below parallel, so getting those hips a little higher, getting him a little bit better wedge, and making sure he's actually deadlifting his deadlifts instead of just trying to do a kind of buggered up squat. Watch his last set that's coming up later in the video compared to this set, and you'll see how much better it looks. Got Big Dan here taking 545. Look at his pick here compared to the previous weeks. He got his head up soon. His upper back was absolutely locked in. There was zero unnecessary movement, and it made for some absolutely beautiful squats from Dan. Gym Mom Tommy doing some smooth squats in her briefs. This is how a multiply squat should look for anyone who's wondering. Tommy is becoming an absolute technician. We got Molly here. Molly did a 10x3 on the deficit. I kind of felt bad for her watching her because she would do 3 sets for every one that Dylan and I did. But I also didn't feel bad because it gave us a lot more rest time. This is the only video we got of Daniel Tiniero's pulls. A bit of a miss at 725 where he got down on his knees and started crying afterwards. It's okay, Daniel. I've cried after missing 725 too. It happens to the best of us. You'll be good, dude. He's not actually crying, for those of you who are wondering. Got Emery here. 400 something. I really don't know. Kilo plates are confusing, especially when you put pound plates on the end of them. But beautiful squat. If you're a little bit of a wide stance raw squatter, that's how it should look. Got MEANA here with her last warm-up of 395. I told her if she smoked it, she could go straight to 435. And what do you know? Beautiful squat. Here's my chubby little self doing some deficits. I've been working so hard on trying to get myself closer to the bar, keeping the bar close to me as I continue through the pull, and using that bar to lever my hips through. Look at that snap in the lockout. I'm really happy with how these moved, really happy with how they felt, and just generally happy with how pulls are feeling. I'm excited to go into this next meet. I've set up my deadlift cycle actually lighter than I have in the past, so I think keeping the bar speed higher will do good things. And check out Noah here. His hips are higher than he was earlier in the day, and that transition to lockout is so friggin' much smoother. The dude knows how to listen, so I'm excited to see what he does going into his meet. Tim Ritual. Tim was saying that he felt a little bit off today, a little bit off balance, a little wonky. I mean, that's kind of expected on some deload weeks because this week is still heavy enough to mean something, but it's still light enough to not really be excited about doing it, so shit's going to feel a little weird. Plus, you got the fatigue from the previous heavy weeks building up, so deloads, if they don't feel great, don't stress, guys. Emery here taking the same weight, 545-ish. I know I emphasize talking with the picks a lot on squats, but it is so important, and it is one thing that so many lifters fuck up. Look at every one of these videos, how they're perfectly packed under the bar, how they're getting their hips under the bar before they pick, and they just stand it up. There's no weird upper back shrug. There's no weird hip movement. It's just straight under the bar, straight up again. 7-something for Dan, making it look like an absolute toy. And here's MEANA, 435 on the bar. Dig it in nice and tight. Getting that head back. We've been working hard on getting MEANA to push into the wraps harder, to really trust the wraps, to give her that spring out of the bottom, and to really just go into them so she can get a little bit better depth. This is the first week of the training cycle that she absolutely nailed it. Putting her down when things really count. Proud of her. Got Tim here with some light pulls, making him look like a joke. 900-ish on the bar for Dan. He self-wrapped for this set. Pay attention to the wraps. Look at how they open up on the way down. They're barely on him. Dan is so strong he doesn't even need wraps for 900 pounds. Got Emery here, making light work at 495. Look at how his knees are in front of the bar. His shoulders stay over the bar, and he's able to just drive all that force straight through the floor and pull that thing to lockout. Drow with his top set, 500-ish. Not sure what's on there with the kilos, but somewhere around 5. I think this is a rep PR for him, and it looks really smooth, so he should be stoked. What's funny is the only USPA lifter in the gym is also the highest squatter. Wouldn't think it, but it's how it goes sometimes. Still strong squats for Joao. Still walking out. He should make things easier on himself, but whatever. 1,003 for Dan. I actually fucked up when I was wrapping him for this set because I thought he was wearing 3 meters, and when I got to the end of the wrap, I was like, oh shit, there's no more wrap left. So didn't get quite as many revolutions as I would have liked, but we fixed things for the next set. Got Mike here taking a nice strong single at 5 plates and some blues. It's a little sticky through the mid-range, but powers on through. And here's the main event. 1058 for Dan. The coolest part about this set for me was before the set, Dan said that if the first one flew, he wanted a double. As you guys can see from this, the first one flew. But Dan called the racket. We all wanted him to do more. He still said racket. And his reasoning was, it felt so good that he knew he didn't need a second. More isn't always better, guys. Having some self-control can go a long way. Finishing out with Mike taking a hard single at 5.5 plates versus some strong bands. Gets a little sticky, but he holds position, pushes on through. And that is what multiply lifting's about. All right, guys, thank you for watching.